Joy Kabatsi supported Uganda's ruling NRM party for years. She wanted to become its Member of Parliament for her rural constituency, but says she lost the party's primaries because they were rigged. So she decided to run independently, but she says she was cheated of victory again. She showed us these pre-ticked ballots. She says she found ruling party officials stuffing them in ballot boxes for the parliamentary and presidential elections.
The stuffing was not for me alone, for my opponent alone. The stuffing was for my opponent and for the president. And we got out those ballots which were stuffed. And I handed them over as exhibit to the police.
When Ugandans voted on the 18th of February, election observers were strongly critical. Incumbent President Yoweri Museveni, after 30 years in power, was declared winner for another 5-year term. The ruling NRM party says its victory was fair and that opposition parties were beaten because they're weak.
Regarding the pre-ticking, there's no such a thing that ever happened, and they will always justify their loss on someone else, and most especially the NRM.
In another part of the country, this polling station officer said he saw senior polling officials changing results.
He got them changing the declaration form in the president of Inspector General in charge of the district. The police was there, soldiers was there. In fact, they were protecting those ones who were changing the declaration form. So we entered there by force, whereby they decided to cock the gun on us.
Security agencies say their role is neutral and they only intervene to keep the peace. Near some polling stations in the capital, they fired tear gas to disperse angry crowds. And the Electoral Commission says such changing of results was not reported.
I never saw that. I never heard that. We have not received that complaint. So I thought there were enough checks and balance to ensure that nothing is done.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Kizza Bessigye's supporters say he won. He's been detained several times and held at his home or police stations. Police say he's not been under arrest and that he wants to cause violent protests. 30 years ago, the ruling NRM came to power after fighting a civil war that began after a rigged election. The party was seen as a saviour. Joy Kabatsi says things have changed.
What is happening in our district, if it has happened elsewhere, then they have lost track. And I feel so sad that I lost my brothers fighting for justice, fighting for a better Uganda, fighting for a Uganda where we would vote freely for the leaders we want. And I'm here, their sister, being treated the way I've been treated in these elections. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the NRM.
Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Kampala, Uganda.